Cruising is always exciting, but it's a little more special when it's on a brand new ship, and in this case, a ship that's unlike anything else that this cruise line has done, at least in this part of the world. For the next week, we're on MSC's World America. Now, she is sister ship to World Europa, but that ship doesn't come over this way, and it's really different than everything else in the fleet other than World Europa, so we're excited to check her out. Now, some people that are going to watch this video that have seen pictures or videos of this ship before might notice she bears a certain resemblance to ships on another cruise line, but I'll tell you, it's already just a couple hours in. There's a lot of differences too, a lot of things I really like in general, and so far compared to other MSC ships. What will the rest of the sailing be like? I don't know, but so far I have a comfy room, had a nice meal, and we're sailing out of PortMiami and the weather's beautiful, so I'm sure it's going to be a good time. Make sure you follow along, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to do a series of videos for this sailing, and then at some point in the end, once I have time, we'll put together a ship tour and all those other fun things that involve me sitting in front of the computer for hours. Our first stop is the Brightline train station in Boca. We're going to take Brightline down south to PortMiami. Sometimes we take Tri-Rail, it's a little cheaper but has more stops. This time, we're going the fast way. We're on our way. Trip takes about an hour from the Boca station. It's roughly the same as driving, depending on traffic, maybe a little bit less, but it's way more relaxing. And we don't have to worry about parking, which at the new MSC terminal, Terminal AA I think it is $35 per day, and at most ports you get charged for parking the first and last day, so big savings taking the train. Oh, and I should add that if you want to learn more about taking Brightline to the station, we have a video to the terminal. We have a video on that, though right after we made the video they stopped running the shuttle from the station to the terminal, but there's a video, we'll link to that below, and we've got articles over on cruisehabit.com talking all about how the best ways, the different ways to get between various ports and airports in South Florida. We just got dropped off in our Uber. It was about $10 to get here from the train station, Miami Central, and this is a brand new terminal, Terminal AA. This is the first revenue cruise sail out of here, and I gotta say the pickup area looks to be much larger. Maybe it's the time we're getting here. I'm curious what it'll be like at drop-off. I always forget how much I don't like somebody blowing a whistle really loud until I come to a port. All right, so this is the entrance to the terminal. It's kind of blocked by the parking garage, which isn't, I mean, it doesn't change anything except that I'm noticing all this glass. It would probably look pretty cool if it only goes up that way. Okay. Cool looking entrance. We are cruise ready, according to our app, so we'll head that way. Actually stepping aside because right before we entered, it was pointed out that there's a pretty cool view of the ship right here. There she is, World America. And we're actually right next to Icon, but we're going here today. My first view up close. There is so much space at this new terminal. Maybe at peak times it fills up, but it feels just like a lot of open space, which is great, and it's pretty. They also use a different kind of facial recognition where the gates just open in front of you when it's ready. Very, very handy. All right, we've got to our room. Have not explored at all, literally just walked in here. Embarkation was pretty smooth, though.
Amazing.
I'm sure we'll talk about this at several points in the video. MSC has a reputation for inconsistency and some kind of quirks, and right away, communication. So we had digital boarding passes, which you can put into your digital wallet or use the MSC app. Great.
Yeah.
They also tell you to print out a paper. I was like, do I really need to? Because I have this, but I did it. And when we got here, still an hour ahead of when we are scheduled boarding, they said, oh, your group already boarded a while ago. You have Aria, which is a fare type. We'll talk about what that means later. And I said, when was that? She said, 10 or 11. No indication of that anywhere. She said, you just need to show them the paper, though, to see that you're Aria. I was like, oh, it's not in the boarding pass. Okay, no big deal, but we could have been here earlier.
Yeah, I think my boarding time showed like 2:30 or something.
So anyhow, we'll work it out, but we're going to drop our bags, hit muster, show you around the ship as we see it for the first time
Beautiful
ourselves, and look for the second key card, because the first one was on the door.
Again, a very MSC thing, so we'll figure it out.
We did a quick unpacking and stopped at our muster station. That took seconds. And then, unfortunately, we had to go to guest services, which is all those folks down there. They're queued up. But MSC did a good job handling this, because all we needed at guest services was a key card. For whatever reason, I had a key card in the room and Larissa didn't. And like we've seen on some other lines, when the line's long, they had officers walking through that line to see what folks needed. And within 3 minutes, somebody came up and they said, no problem, I'll get your card, quick and easy. So now finally, food. Finally made it to get food. I was starting to get hangry. Came up to the buffet. They have destination elevators here. We'll talk more about that. But still, it's embarkation on a very big ship. It's a little nutty. So far we've had at the buffet, pretty good.
The guest services experience was fine. They got to us right away, and yeah, it's pretty smooth. So
embarkation day.
Yeah.
We actually found the buffet pretty good. They've got a sandwich section, there's stir fry, there's pastas, carving station, there's a whole vegan section, but now I'm on to the most important meal of the day. Dessert. Excellent. Oh, thank you. Done with lunch in Il Mercato. It's on deck 18. Now on deck 19, just above there is another buffet. That's something on a lot of MSC ships. I don't know if they're identical. I remember on Seaside class, one is slightly larger, but I guess we'll find out in time. This is I think it's called Mar Azul pool. And there's a big screen there. But they've got a lot of pools on most MSC ships, in fact, so this is just one of them walking forward here. And look at this, on a beautiful day, well into embarkation day, so everyone should be able to be in the pool at this point, and at this one pool, still not too bad. Nice day. We're gonna walk up these stairs, and what I actually want to see, I want to see everything, obviously, but I'm really interested. There's a Zen pool area that is adults only. I think it's meant for a more quiet time. This area, this pool is actually just forward of the one we saw a second ago, and it's got a retractable roof. It's open right now, but that's handy if the weather turns sideways. Remember a couple other MSC ships have similar areas with this sort of jungle theme, but I think this looks, I don't know, it looks less sterile to me than some of those other ones did. But first drink the cruise.
Cheers.
And what a gorgeous day it is to not be in Miami traffic. Just walking around, we're walking aft now. The Zen area is, maybe it's below here, further aft. It's a big ship. But this is cool. This is where the high energy stuff is, the swing. They've got, looks like a ropes course type thing going. The cliffhanger, that's what it's called, Larissa said. I believe her. But I like that it's more colorful. For this type of area, that makes sense. And I don't know, sometimes on MSC ships, I feel like they're lacking color pop. But for a family fun area, this makes sense. All right, all the way aft, this is that Zen area down there on each side. It's kind of weird because you'd think there'd be stairs from these other spaces, but there's just one elevator that's kind of hidden. So much exploring to do. Okay, there are stairs on the other side. Exploring more, and this is what's called the World Promenade. That's looking forward. We're about halfway across, a little less. And this is aft. At some point we'll check out that slide. That's where we were a moment ago. There's restaurants and bars. What else do we have over here? Okay, they've got a sports bar here, All-Star Sports Bar. Frequent viewers of the channel know how much I like the sports or something. We ran a couple errands and then went back to the room where I really wanted to take a nap, but I didn't. Our checked bag got there, finished unpacking, so we're all squared away there. and I wanted to head out to the main pool, which is just behind me, and we did for a minute. And they've got a deck party going on that was very loud. People looked like they're having a good time, and I liked that they had little drink stations set up so you didn't even have to wait at a bar, but it was very loud. And what's wild is over here at the, I keep forgetting what they call this, Botanical Gardens pool. That's the solarium kind of pool, retractable roof pool. Even though just on the other side of that glass is a party, it's actually pretty relaxing in here. Decided to stick with the peace and quiet. Didn't want to go up to top 20 or Zen's because it's warm out, though the air is cool. I don't know, maybe we'll go there later. So hanging out at the Botanical Garden? Botanic Garden. And look at this, we grabbed some sparkling wine. I also grabbed an espresso because I was holding on for dear life. And one thing that I've joked about MSC in the past is that while some cruise lines, it's tricky to find espresso, you have to go to very specific bars. On MSC, I joke you can get espresso in the elevator. So even at the outdoor bars, in a lot of cases here, or pseudo outdoor, I guess here. So yeah, anyway, grabbed an espresso, and now we're just enjoying this amazing view. There's a little seating area here. There's actually quite a bit of nice seating. This could be a good relaxing spot. We don't sail until 6. Icon of the Seas just left a minute ago. We are now on the move, heading toward the turning basin, back west near Terminal V and downtown Miami, because we're backed in. So we'll get into the turning basin, spin around, and then head out to sea. I might head up to top 20. I really like the views in this area, but I want to be able to see all around as we spin around. Still heading toward the turning basin. Looks like we're passing another ship. I know Serena was docked over here. Not sure what that is though. Actually Norwegian Aqua. And we're going to be on Norwegian Aqua. She just started sailing in the US. We're going to be on in about 6 weeks. In fact, we're supposed to be on this week, and then we realized that we double booked. So we will be checking out and sharing with you Norwegian Aqua soon. She is the first Prima Plus class, and we were on, I think it was the Maiden of Prima, a couple years ago. Really enjoyed it, but Prima Plus, they've done some other things. They have more open deck space. They stretched her out a little bit. So exciting month or two of cruising for us. There's Serena. I knew she was here. Other side of the port. And it looks like she's actually sailing out right now as well. That's an R-class ship from Oceania. Came over to the Zen pool area, and there we can see after we passed Prima, she started sailing away. And we should be getting to the end of the basin soon. We're making our turn. You can see Terminal V just over my left shoulder. That's all the way at the end of Dodge Island, and we're going to spin around and head out to sea. There's you can see it kind of in the background, a fire boat with water cannons going, or a tug with water cannons going, one of the two, as we leave on the first revenue sailing, the Maiden Voyage of MSC World America. Time travel. It's now the evening after sail away. I was going to go meet up with Larissa at a pub, and I realized that I smelled very bad. So took a quick shower, and now we're going to catch one of the two different shows going on tonight. So in the main theater, there's one show. I honestly forgot what it is, but there's a Queen show in the Panorama Lounge tonight. They have it showing at 8 and at 10. So we're going to do that before heading to dinner. Panorama Lounge, a beautiful space with big windows wrapping around that probably won't matter because now it's getting dark, but kind of like 270 if you're familiar with that venue. So we'll head in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be allowed to record, but we'll check it out. Queen Symphonic, that's the name of the show. So we've got seats. We didn't have a reservation, and we didn't go in right when they let in the standby. So we didn't think we were going to get optimal spots. They have these kind of lounge area here, but you can't really see the show. Everything down there was full, but we actually were able to get some high tops right over here. So do make sure you either make a reservation or you're among the first in standby, because it's a really big space, but not a ton of seating. But I think I'm actually going to like that because the seating is, it's not stadium seating. They're actual chairs and little cabaret tables. So this might be a place that I work from during the week. Anytime I see a show on a ship or on land that is a kind of Queen tribute, I get nervous because the reality is nobody, in my mind, can or will ever be able to sing as well as Freddie Mercury. And listen, don't get me wrong. That's not what they were aiming to do in this show. It was a tribute show and high value on the performance, absolutely, but also on the production, and it was good. The performers were very good. They weren't trying to mimic, right? They were playing tribute. It was an enjoyable show. There were aerial acts throughout it, multiple singers.
Yeah, several people did the solos, which I think was a good choice.
Yeah.
Because everyone was doing it their own style. It was
Yeah,
really good. Really
it was a neat show. I'm looking forward to showing you guys later on in the cruise the venue during the day so that you can see the contrast of what you're seeing in these clips that I'm probably editing in here versus what it looks like other times. Because we went to the show first, dinner options are somewhat limited by time. That's okay. We haven't done anything yet, so the options that there were all new to us. So we came over here to Hola Tacos, Tacos and Cantina, Mexican restaurant. Now it is a specialty restaurant. There's an upcharge. You can either pay for like an all-you-can-eat kind of thing, or you can go a la carte, which is what we did. And looking at the menu, there weren't too many vegetarian things, but they said they could adapt a number of things. But what I was excited about, it seems like they have some spice stuff. We'll see if it's actually spicy. I like that. Doing some guac. And they have a good tequila selection here. I like that. And so it turns out on MSC, sometimes, and I don't know why it varies, but sometimes specialty restaurants, the drinks are not included even if you have a drink package, but in this case they are. So I was able to get Jose Cuervo de la Familia, which is a great tequila, for I think maybe a $3 or $4 upcharge because it's a little over what the drink package covers. But they've got a couple good options here. Dinner was actually pretty good. They kept offering to bring us more stuff. Service was great. Now wrapping it up with some flan and some it's like a rice dish with condensed milk and cinnamon, and both are delicious.
Thank you so much.
Anga has been awesome.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic gentleman, and can't wait to see you again this cruise and maybe another one.
No problem. I will see you around.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That really was a good meal. I was happy with that. Tasted good, good service, hit the spot, and only came to with our tequila that each one had a tiny upcharge over the drink package. I think the total was like under $40 or something. Taking a walk on, what's this called again? The World Promenade, I believe. And this is the area on deck 8 all the way aft that is open largely above and all the way back. So get some fresh air, and the lighting is pretty crazy. They had some sort of lighting ceremony. I don't know what it actually was. They said palm tree lighting, and I guess that's what they say those columns are. Kind of neat that they have live music out here. Makes for a, I don't know, it's an unusual space, but I kind of like it. One thing that I really like about MSC ships is that all the ships, I think all of them, have a chocolate shop.
Yeah, like a.
And they use a few different European chocolate makers. On this one, it's Jean-Philippe, and they also have gelato here, and we're just walking by, feeling pretty full, ready to go to bed. And then they were like, do you want a sample of gelato? Yeah, sure. And that turned into getting gelato. So
He was very friendly and nice, and he let us try a bunch of flavors, and I was like, oh, I love doing this, and then we're like, yeah.
I should mention there is an upcharge for gelato, but it was nominal. It was a couple dollars.
Yeah, it's not much. Yeah.
After a very full embarkation day, and then that gelato and the walk, we are spent. Larissa's getting ready for bed. I'm about to do the same. There's still so much to talk about. In addition to just exploring, there are parts of the ship we haven't seen yet. There are many things we haven't tried. Excited about all that. I also want to make sure that we cover in this series information about MSC in general, and maybe we'll even do a separate video about that because they do some things differently. But I think it is reasonable to talk about in the series the type of fare that we booked and how there are different fare types among non-suites on MSC. It's a little bit different, but hopefully so far you got to see a bit around a really impressive ship. and learn a little bit about what it was like on the first day. Tomorrow is a sea day, and hoping for great weather again. Sea day, we might do a bar crawl from a Facebook group. We'll find out. But for now, I'm going to fill out room service breakfast and go to sleep.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you can catch more content from MSC World America and other ships. Also, check the description below. We'll put relevant links to other videos and articles. Comment. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you.